data outlining. Let me be sure that it's recording now. Okay, yes, it's recording. Oh, okay, I'll just, okay. So for the data outlining, this is how it works. First thing first is to sort that supplier code based on ascending order, A to Z, just as we saw earlier. So the only way you will understand the data outlining is when I do it. So I'll just go ahead and do it so that you will understand what I mean by data outlining. So, but before you would do that, based on what column do you want to outline your data? It's just you grouping your data based on a particular column content. And I want to group it based on supplier, or should I do products? Okay, let's do products. I'll group it based on products. You can use any, right? I'll group it based on products. So the first thing is to sort that product code column. So I'll just select any cell in the product code column, go to your data tab and click on sort from A to Z. Good. Now I have it right there. Hope we are seeing it. This one that I minimize it. Should I maximize?
Yeah, maximizing it seems better.
Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. Now I just applied sorting on this product code because I want to apply outlining, the outlining feature now. You won't understand that until I do it. Mostly in Excel, I prefer just explaining that, showing you what I want to say. It's easier. So first of all, I tell you, as I said earlier, what column do you want to apply the outlining to? Based on what column? I'm basing the outline on the product code, right? And for me to apply the outline, I'll first of all sort the product code, which we have just done. And you can see it starts from 001 down to the last. I think it's this. The last code we have is 012, that is 012. So it has sorted from 001 down to the last. So the next thing now you do is to apply the outline. And to do that, still under the data tab, we are all still under the data tab. You go to your outline section. You see this outline. You go to it and you click on the subtotal. Click on subtotal. Immediately you click on it, it pops up this dialog box telling you at each change in product code, I want the change to be on product code that I just sorted, right? I want to get let's just use count, but I will still show you how to do the sum. I want you to count the number of times this product code appear. That I'll be applying the count function. So it will count the number of time, then add subtotal to, I'll just use the product code to add subtotal to the product code, right? Then I think that's okay, and I'll click OK. Now, notice what just happened. You see this particular outline. This is what the outline looks like. And look at your data. You see that product 001. It will group the products based on the type. Now you see that all the products, product 001 here, it's telling us that because we applied the count formula. So it's saying that it's appearing 14 times. So this is the sub of product 001. If you go down, you see product 002, it's 11. You go down, product 003, you can look at it and know the number of times this product is appearing. So we have 13 of it here within this particular date range. Then we have product 004, product 0, continuously you will see that after each of the products, you would get the total number of times that product is appearing, right? Now, looking at this section now, it just helps us group the products in group based on the outline we applied on product code. I don't know, are you getting me? I want to use a language that will make you understand. Are you getting what I'm explaining here?
Yes, we are following. We are following.
Yes, we're getting you.
Okay, so
Yes.
because I really want you to understand it. It's much, much better when I illustrate than talking. So you see that I first of all filtered this product code. And when applying the outline, I say based on the product code, apply the count function. That is why you are seeing the count. It will just count the number of product 1. So if you look at, if I select this, it's appearing 14 times. It's telling me that product 1 is appearing 14 times. So the next one, the next sub is product 2. So if you come to this point now, the outline here now, I can collapse any of this and enlarge it. So if I collapse this one, you will notice that the product 1 now, the details is not here. That's why the plot is here now. If I click on the plot, you get the details. You see the details. So if I click on the minus, the details will be collapsed, right? So instead of doing it one after the other, I can just come and click on this one, this number 2, and all of them will collapse. You see, it's only their sub group. Right? So it's telling me that product 001 appear 14 times, product 002, 11, product 003. So instead of me scrolling down to know, so the entire transaction item I have, the ground count, I have 145 items. Remember when we deleted those 2 duplicates, it's telling us that we have 145 unique items, right? So from this, you will see that it has counted the entire data that has been inputted on this database, and it's telling us we have 145 items. So, and each of the products, because we are looking at based on product code. So product code 001 is 14 transactions. Product code 002 is 11. Product code 003 is 12. So that is just it, right? Now, I can use this particular 3 now to expand it. Instead of me going one after the other to click plus, I'll just click on 3 and every one of them will be expanded. So if I click on this 1 now, 1 will give me the grand total. 1 gives the grand total, which is 145, and I will now expand by 3. Then 2 gives subtotal for each product. I will expand by 3. Did we get that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you go back to how you got here?
Okay, I'll go back. Let me clear what I just did. I'll show you now how to clear outline. And to do that, just select any cell within the range. When you select the cell, go to the same outline section of the data tab. The outline section of the data tab, then click on the subtotal. Immediately, it will pop up that same place we came and we apply the outline and say remove all. Remove all, good. And we are back to how our data was before. I'm going to repeat it again so that you'll understand, right? Now, we are looking at how to apply data outlining. Data outlining. And the best way I can explain it is to show you, because the English language, I don't have it now. So it's to show you, and when you are seeing it, I can now explain. I said the best way is to, first of all, select the column you want to base that outline on. And that was why we filtered the product code column, A to Z. You can see the filter is applied here. We filtered A to Z, A to Z. You can see it. So I may use another column and say supplier column, but for any column you want to base your outline on, you have to filter that column first, right? You have to filter it. So this column has already been filtered, so we'll still use it. Or better still, I'll just clear it by using the supplier code. I'll now apply filter on this one, and I'll apply A to Z on it too. So I'll select any cell on the supplier details, and I'll say sort A to Z. Now we have applied as a sorting feature on this particular column, the supplier details. First of all, select the column you want to base your outline on. The first time I did it, I used the product code column. Now I want to use the supplier details column. You sort that column, sort it based on A to Z. After you sort that column, notice that we now have supplier 001 first, subsequently the supplier 002, supplier 003, and to the last supplier. The best thing you would do is to go to your data tab under the outline section. Click on subtotal. Ensure that you select a cell within this range. It mustn't be that supplier details. So you can select any, but ensure that a cell is selected within your database. Go to your data tab, come to the outline section, and click on subtotal. Click on subtotal. Immediately Excel understands that you're working on this database. You see, immediately it has selected it. It understands. That's why I always say, select a database. Select a cell within the database before applying any feature. There are some features that requires you select the entire range, just like when we're about to apply conditional formatting. Right. So what we want is that at each change in the product code, no, I want the supplier details. At each change in the supplier details, we are basing our outline on the supplier details. We want to use the sum function. The sum on the amount. So I want to get at each change on based on the supplier details that I've sorted, I want to get the amount, that's the sum of the amount. So I'll click OK. Now notice it. Notice that at the end of supplier 001, the subtotal sums the amount. Are you getting that?
Yes.
Okay. Now, remember the first one I used count. So it just counted the number of transactions in product 01. Now I'm using sum, meaning that it will sum all the transactions we had with supplier 001. So that is why at the end there is a subtotal for supplier 001. And if you look at it, if you sum this particular transaction here, it will give you the same 265,769. 265,769. So it's giving you the sum of all transactions we did with this supplier. The same thing with supplier 002, the total amount, right? So to get the sum of each of these supplier, all you need to do is to click on the 2. You see this particular feature because that's the outline. This is the outline. What it does is just, it groups your transaction based on how you want to interpret it. So I want to interpret based on the suppliers I'm making purchases from. How much have I purchased from this supplier based on my database? How much have I paid? So from looking at it, I know that from 2020 to 2021, based on the data inputted, you've done transaction with supplier 002 amounting to the sum of 226,964. Are you getting that?
Yes.
Okay. So that is what I want us to understand there. So to get the sum of each of them, you just click on 2 and you see the sum for each of them. So you see that supplier 002, we had transaction of this amount. Supplier 003, look at supplier 001, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the grand total, 1.5 million, right? So that is the essence of this outlining. It helps to group your transaction the way you want it to be based on that column you first of all sorted initially and the criteria you choose when you clicked on the subtotal option under the outline section.
So the number third there, what we have inside is 1. So the second one is just showing us what you display now. Then I want you to click on the third one.
Okay, the third, this one, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, if you click on this, it will give you details of everything, just the way it was before.
All right, thank you.
So if you click on 2, it will give you the sum. If you click on 1, it will give you the grand total. Did you get that?
Yes, please, thank you.
Okay, so we can proceed. So to clear the outline, you select any cell, go to your outline section of the data tab and click on subtotal. Then you just click on remove all. Good. So that's how you apply data outline on your data range. Are we good to go?
Yeah, thank you.
Wow. So I think we are almost finishing now. We just have 2 and there. Any question before I proceed?
Can I also run on the purchase date?
On the purchase date, yes, you can.
Yeah, okay, it's all right.
You just sort your purchase dates ascending from the earlier date to the latest date, and that's it.
Okay.